All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully like Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai has credited us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halak here from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be You're Guilty, which is inspired by a video I watched earlier from the elder Rakalia Kwam from the UK. And he was going into how Esau he loves to try to be the moral standard, and he tries to act like he's so perfect and innocent, he does no wrong. And it was according to some type of post that was some Edomite posted about slavery being abolished, and that's what they did, and so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, like the brother was going into, you're guilty. And even the establishment of America, everything that you see around you is evidence against you. You see, from every coffee shop, every gym, from every bank, from every institution that is in this land is guilty. I mean, it is evidence against what you have done unto so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, man. You see? It's all evidence against you. Now, I want to get a few precepts before we get into these, a few articles I have pulled up. All right, the first one I want to go into is Amos 1 and 11. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever." So, for all that you've done unto the Israelites, the Most High is not going to turn away your punishment. You see? And you up here trying to paint yourself as you are, as if you can do no wrong, or we should just let bygones be bygones and forget all that you've done unto us. No, man. The Most High is not going to turn away your punishment. You see? You Edomites are going to be judged for what you've done unto the 12 tribes, man. Let's get another one real quick. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10 that says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." And shame is covering them now. The entire history of America, you see, from 1492 all the way up until today, is shameful spewing upon Esau's glory, as it tells you, for what he's done unto the 12 tribes, man. And this is why he's going to receive, that the entire nation is going to receive the judgment, the type of judgment that the Most High is going to bring upon him, which ultimately ends in what? The entire nation of Edom, the entire so-called white race being eradicated from the planet Earth. And this is what we find written in the scriptures. We just read it right here. "Thou shalt be cut off forever." This is what's coming to the house of Edom for all that they've done unto us, man. Because the Most High hasn't forgotten. And now we've been raised up through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and we will never forget. See, we're not going to be like these curs of our people, man. You see, these cowards of our people who just want to let bygones be bygones and forget all about it. Nah, man. Now, as we have been commanded, we do what? We move into society, being peace with all men where possible. We ain't out here causing no trouble, but we are telling you that a judgment is coming. You see, a judgment is coming for you. You see, let's get. Well, hey, Jeremiah 30 and 20 says what? "Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me." And this goes into us being saved and delivered from under the hands of our enemies. And it says what? "And I will punish all that oppress them." And you Edomites still have us in a state of oppression. You see, you haven't stopped. You see, you think, and all of you think it's all good, but it's not, man. A punishment is coming upon the nation of Edom, and there's nothing they can do to escape it. And let's get this real quick right here. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12, it says, Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. I'm sorry. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. And that's exactly how America was established. And once again, it's evidence against you. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, you've built up this land to what it is now off of what? Rape, robbery, and murder of who? The 12 tribes, man. And you're going to have to pay. You are going to have to pay. Now, let's go into a few of these things I have over here. So we're going to go with this one. I want to do this one first because this goes into the transatlantic slave trade. You see? Now it says what? Now we're just going to tackle the part of the Middle Passage. It reads, the Middle Passage was the stage of the Atlantic slave trade where enslaved Israelites, because we're not Africans, we're not Hamites, we are Israelites. It says what? We're transported from West Africa to the Americas. And why were we in West Africa? Because we were fleeing Roman persecution, you see, during the time of 70 AD, and we fled into the interiors of Africa, all the way down to the west coast of Africa. You see? Now, what does it say about the Middle Passage? It goes on to say, part of the triangle trade, the Middle Passage, was the middle leg of a three-part voyage from that connected Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Brutal conditions. The Middle Passage was a deadly journey with harsh conditions, including crowding. Enslaved people were packed closely together in the ship holds, often forced to lie on their backs with their heads between their legs, pissing, shitting on each other, vomiting on each other. These were the conditions that you had us in as you brought us over here. It says what? Chaining. Enslaved people were chained together, often by the wrist or ankles, cutting into your flesh. And this is all a part of the curses. It's all a punishment for our disobedience toward the Most High God Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. He gave us over to the hands of the enemy. But you are going to pay for all that you've done unto us. You see? It goes on to say, diseases like smallpox and yellow fever spread quickly in the cramped quarters. Extreme temperatures. Enslaved people endured extreme temperatures for months. Cruel treatment. Enslaved people were whipped and had iron muzzles put on them. Death. Between 13 and 19% of enslaved people died during the Middle Passage. And they would just throw us overboard. You see? And so many of us perished during that Middle Passage, man. It changed the it was like a feeding frenzy for the sharks. Millions of Israelites, man, thrown overboard to be eaten by sharks. All this happened at the hands of you Edomites, man. And you're going to have to pay for this. It goes on to say time. The Middle Passage lasted about 90 days. I'm sorry, 80 days, Salakia. Timeline, the most active years of the international slave trade were between 1700 and 1808. So you see, you have to pay for that. You devils have to pay for this. The Most High hasn't forgotten about this. See, you trying to erase it from the history books and act as if it never happened. No. The Most High has laid out a judgment to come upon you for all this that you've done unto us. And this is just the Southern Kingdom. Now, you did have the reversal transatlantic slave trade as well, because we're going to go into a part of that in this next article I'm going to get. But let's get this real quick. Let's get... Yep. Exodus 21:16, it says what? And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. There it is. And you're guilty of this, man. You're guilty of this. And it tells you that we are still in your possession till this day, and you refuse to let us go. Real quick, Jeremiah 50. And 33, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah of hosts. the children of Israel, Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and the children of Judah, Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, were oppressed together by who? Esau, Edom. Where? In the land of America. Just as it was when we were in ancient Egypt. You see? And it says what? And all that took them captives, held them fast, they refused to let them go. And here we are, still in your hand to this day. And what does the judgment say is going to happen for that? He shall surely be put to death, and you're guilty, man. The Most High is not going to be partial in judgment. He judges only he judges his holy people to the fullest extent. So what do you think he's going to do to the people that he hates? He's going to judge you to the fullest extent, as it is written. And that's what we're going through. You see? Your judgment has been laid out, and you will not escape it. No matter how many of these coon-ass Israelites trying to save you from the judgment, there's nothing that can be done. You devils are going to pay. You see that? You're going to pay, man. Now, right? Now, let's go. I have another one. Let's get this here. Now, this goes into what was done unto the Northern Kingdom. Right now, we're going to go indigenous people of the Americas, which are who? So-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, Salakia. The Northern Kingdom, which consists of what? Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. You see? Now listen to what was done unto the Northern Kingdom at the hand of who? You Europeans or Edomites. It says what? It is estimated that during the initial Spanish conquest of the Americas, beginning in what, 1492, it says up to 8 million indigenous people died, primarily through the spread of Afro-Eurasian diseases, wars, and atrocities at the hands of who? You Edomites. The population of indigenous Americans is estimated to have decreased from approximately 145 million to around 7 to 15 million. Good Lord. You see that? And it's probably more than that. This is an estimate. You see? It says between the late 15th and 17th centuries, representing a decline of around 90 to 95% of the population, man. And this is how you were able to do what? Build this land up the way you build it up. And that's why I said, the way this land has been built up, everything that you see around you is evidence against you of the rape, the robbery, the murder, and atrocities that you committed against the 12 tribes. You see, this land was built up off the back of who? So-called Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Southern Kingdom. You see, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians. Down there in the islands, the sugar cane fields, the sugar cane plantations. You see, up here in the States, the cotton plantations. So forth and so on, man. Let me see. Oh, let's keep going. It says what? Mistreatment and killing of Native Americans continued for centuries in every area of the Americas, including the areas that will become Canada, the United States, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Chile. Wow. You know why? Because the Israelites, the Northern Kingdom Israelites, were all up and through this land. From Canada all the way to Central and South America, man. And they were what? Suffering up under the curses for their disobedience against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. It says what? In the United States, some scholars, examples listed below, it says what? State that the American Indian Wars and the doctrine of manifest destiny contributed to the genocide, with one major event cited being the Trail of Tears. These are all atrocities committed against the Israelites, man. And you devils have to pay for this. You see that? Now I want to get down to here. What was it? Something else I wanted to get. All right, so yeah, we just read that. There we go. There we go. It says what Spanish colonization of the Americas, right? Now we're just gonna read this part right here. It show you the type of shit that you Edomites were doing unto our people, and why the judgment that the Most High is gonna bring upon you was gonna be so fucking harsh. It says what? It says a 16th century illustration by Flemish Protestant Theodore de Bray for Las Casas Brevísima Relación de la Destrucción de las Indias. So, guess what? The destruction of the Indians. You see? It says what? Depicting Spanish torture of indigenous people during the conquest of Hispaniola. You see? The island that Christopher Columbus landed on. Right? Now, what were they doing? It says what? Bartholomew wrote, they erected certain gibbets, large but low made, so that their feet almost reached the ground, every one of which was so ordered as to bear 13 persons in honor and reverence, as they said blasphemously, of our Redeemer and his 12 apostles. So they were doing this in the name of white Jesus. You see? You see this? What is this? This is you Christians committing genocide against the tribes in the name of white Jesus. You see this? This is the history of Christianity. This is what you pagan Christians were doing. You see the illustration. Let's see if we can make it bigger. Look at that. Now look, all that in the background. This is what you were doing. Look, baby, about to bash him into a stump. This is the type of shit that you, quote unquote, Christians were doing, man. You see? Now it goes on to say, under which they made a fire to burn them to ashes while it's hanging on them. You see that shit? And this is the type of shit that Haman was trying to do to us during the as is written in the book of Esther. That's the MO of the Edomite, man. Lynching and hanging. You see this? Then it goes into the diseases that you were giving unto our people. Man, listen. You devils got a lot to pay for, man. So you have no reason to be trying to take a moral high ground when this is your history. This is the shameful spewing upon your glory. And you devils got the nerve to be talking about you're proud to be an American. That means you're proud of how this place was established. You're proud of how this place was built up. You see? But we're here to tell you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, a judgment is coming upon you for all that you have done unto our people. And it's righteous judgment. You will not get away. You see? Let's go back to the scripture. Let's grab a few more, then we'll wrap it up. But you see, man, and I'm pretty sure we can just go through all the lynchings that took place after slavery, all the atrocities that were going on the plantations during the time of slavery, so forth and so on. This is something that you Edomites can't get rid of. No matter how much you try to sweep it up under the rug, it's always going to be here. It's always going to be a stain, you see, on how you establish this place. Oh, man, hold up. It said what? Yep. Let's get that real quick. Numbers 35 and 33, it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. There it is, man. This land, we just read, from Canada all the way to Central South America, this land is defiled with the blood of the Israelites. This is why the entirety of America is going to be destroyed. You see? It's going to be cleansed with what? Nuclear fire. And all the inhabitants of America are going to die in this destruction. The only ones who are going to escape it is who? The 1/3 of the nation of Israel. the 1/3 of the remnant. Anyone outside of that, you're going to be destroyed here in this place. And that's how the Most High is going to purge this land, by way of fire, making it a what? A desert and a desolation. This is judgment and punishment coming upon you devils here in your chief dwelling place known as America, for all that you have done unto his people. You see that? And you will not get away. And it goes on to tell us, hey, Isaiah 14:21, it says what? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And all of you Edomites are going to have to pay for all that your forefathers have done. You see, because when you understand reincarnation, you are your fathers reincarnated. You were back there committing all these different atrocities. And here you are, reincarnated in the final generation in America to receive a punishment for all that you've done. You see? Because all of you Edomites have benefited off of the rape, the robbery, the murder, the atrocities, the slavery that your forefathers committed. You've all benefited off of it. You have all enjoyed what your forefathers wickedly have obtained, man. And all of you have to pay. You see that? Matter of fact, verse 22 says what? For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall host, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall. Why? This is judgment coming upon the Edomites, man. You see, because all of you are guilty. Verse 23 says what? And I also will make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall. And what's the besom of destruction? Those nuclear flames that's going to sweep across this land from the north to the south, from the east to the west, in the midst of World War III, when those nuclear warheads or those nuclear missiles are fired off. Destruction is coming to this land. And why? It's a repayment, a recompense for all that you people have done unto the Israelites here in this land, man. And we're going to continue to tell you. And all of you Israelites who are trying to side with Esau, you want this man to be saved from the judgment. Hey, guess what? You're going to partake in his judgment right along with him, man. That's why I tell you that though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. You see? This is what's coming. Let's get just get a few more. Jeremiah 25. I'm tripping. Ezekiel 25 and 12, because here it is again, Edom. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall host, because they Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended by what you've done unto our people, man, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and thereof the Dan shall fall by the sword. You see, Edom has a great judgment coming upon them, man. Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall. So the time is going to come where the Most High is going to allow us to take revenge upon you according to his anger and according to his fury for all that you've done unto us. We're going to get our get back, man. And that's the spirit that you tribes should be in, for all the shit that these people have done unto us, man. You see, this just goes on and on and on and on, man, with the fucking atrocities they've committed. You see? This, the Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade, even all the shit they're doing, even up until this day. They have to pay, man. They're not going to escape. Let's get Ezekiel 35 real quick, because that entire chapter goes into the judgment that's going to come upon Esau as well. And there's nothing that you coon ass niggas can do to save him from this judgment that's coming. You see? Matter of fact, Ezekiel 35:5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. You see that? Verse 8, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers, they shall fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And this is why, you see, America's about to suffer the fate it's going to suffer. It's a judgment and a recompense coming upon you Edomites for all that you have done unto the 12 tribes, man, the Most High's holy people. You have to pay. Ain't no escaping it, man. And you can go read this whole chapter because it's going into the judgment that's set to befall these wicked ass Edomites, man. For all that they've done unto us. There is no escaping for them. You see? Hey, Revelation 13 and 10 tells us what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Hold up. Hey, what is this? Who did this? The perpetrators of this are going to go into captivity, as it is written. Ain't no escaping this. You Edomites are going into slavery. You see? It says what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Oh, hold up. What is this? What is this? You see this? And this is just one image. You see? There's more. There's more. You see, genocidal massacres, biological warfare using pathogens, especially smallpox and plague, to which the indigenous people had no resistance, spreading of disease via reduction of Indians to densely crowded and unhygienic settlements, slavery, oh shit, there it is again, slavery and forced indentured labor, especially, though not exclusively, in Latin America, in conditions often rivaling those of Nazi, man, bullshit. Look, you see that? Nah. The shit those 1948ers allegedly went through does not compare to what the tribes have gone through, man. Oh, don't it tell us this? Don't it tell us this in Daniel 9? Daniel 9, real quick. It tells us what? Where is it? There it is. Daniel 9 and 12, it says, and he hath confirmed his words, as which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us great evil. This is why we suffered everything that we suffered as the Most High's people. We broke that first covenant. He put us up under the curses. And he gave us over into the hands of the enemy. And he allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do unto us. Right? It says what? For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So no nation has suffered as the 12 tribes have suffered. You see? So don't come with that bullshit. Don't like rivaling. Nah. No. What else so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians they go through, it doesn't compare to any other thing that's happened on this earth. It's far beyond. It's far beyond any other atrocity that's going on. Listen to this. It says what? Mass population removals to barren reservations, sometimes involving death marches en route, and generally leading to widespread mortality and population collapse upon arrival. deliberate starvation and famine, exacerbated by destruction and occupation of the native land based in food resources, forced education of indigenous children in white-run schools, indoctrination. You see that? Cause of indigenous, and like I said, it just goes on and on and on and on with the wickedness that you Edomites have done unto our people. And once again, you have to pay. So let's read that Revelation 13 one more time. Revelation 13 and 10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is what we're patiently waiting for. You see, our recompense. And it's going to happen. You see? It begins with the collapse of your precious country known as America. Then it's going to be what? Completely and utterly destroyed in the midst of World War III. And then all you Edomites who perish on this side from that destruction, you're going to be reincarnated into the kingdom of heaven as our slaves. And this is all recompense and judgment coming upon you for all that you've done unto us. And we'll wrap it up on this one to show you that you're not going to have us in this condition forever, because the Most High has already told us what it's going to be, and it's going to happen. It's true. You see, Isaiah 14:1, it says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob." You see that, and this is a part of the mercy now. Coming back into the understanding of who we are, being blessed to understand this truth, to call upon the name of Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shah. This is the mercy. And it's just going to continue to increase. It says what? Isaiah 14:1, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, according to all the things that He's promised unto our forefathers. And the stranger shall be joined with them," which are Israelite foreigners, "and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Why? Because they're Israelites. Verse 2, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." And it's going to be done with a rod of iron, as our Lord Yahweh Shah told us in the book of Revelation chapter 2. We're going to get our get back, and this is what is laid out in the Most High's will, as He has spoken it. We are going to rule over all oppressors, man. And it's well deserved. Everything that you've done unto us is going to be brought back upon you. You see? Verse 3 says what? "And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve." You see, so our captivity is coming to an end. You see, and we're witnessing the fall of Esau and his kingdom. Why? It's because it's time for them to pay for all that they've done unto us, man. They will not get away. They will not be acquitted. You see? They're going to receive the fullness of that cup from the hand of the Most High, man. As it is written, "Thus saith the Lord." And so with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Elect Akim out there, pushing His word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.